The news hit like a thunderclap across the baseball world. Shohei Ohtani, the face of the Dodgers, the man who led them to the World Series, the symbol of a generation, has joined a rival team. No one could believe it. Not the fans. Not the analysts. Not even his own teammates. Reporters scrambled, breaking news alerts lit up phones across America. Shohei Ohtani signs with rival team. It didn't even seem real. Because Ohtani wasn't just another player. He was the player. The man who broke barriers, rewrote record books, and became the first true two-way superstar since Babe Ruth, but even more global, more polished, more mythic. And now, he's wearing another uniform. What happened behind the scenes? What made Shohei, a man so loyal and quiet, walk away from the team he just carried to the biggest stage in baseball? Some say it started right after the final out of the World Series. As confetti rained down and cameras flashed, Ohtani didn't celebrate like the others. He stood a few steps away, staring into the distance, expression calm, but eyes heavy. It was as if he already knew something the world didn't. A week later, whispers began to spread. Executives seen meeting in hidden corners. Private jets spotted at midnight. And then, that cryptic post on Ohtani's social media. Sometimes, change isn't betrayal, it's evolution. Fans didn't know what to make of it. But insiders did. That message wasn't random. It was premeditated. Fast forward 2 days. Los Angeles, calm morning, blue sky, suddenly shaken by breaking news banners flashing red. Shohei Ohtani meeting with front office of a major rival franchise. The internet exploded. Comment sections flooded with disbelief. Dodgers fans called it unthinkable. Rival fans called it revenge. And in Japan, the headlines were simple yet devastating. Ohtani leaves. Baseball changes forever. But why? Why walk away from a dynasty? From Mookie Betts, from Freeman, from the city that embraced him as a hero. According to U.S. media reports, Ohtani was making good use of an opportunity, a cryptic phrase that raised more questions than answers. Opportunity. For what? For a new challenge. For legacy. For power. One insider described it like this. Ohtani is not chasing money. He's chasing meaning. That line spread like wildfire. Because it sounded like him, quiet, purposeful, mysterious. But there was more. Behind closed doors, sources claimed that a rift had grown inside the Dodgers clubhouse. Not anger, not hatred, but disagreement. Some believed Ohtani's personal team, his trainers and advisors, clashed with the Dodgers medical staff about how to manage his dual role. Pitcher or hitter? Both. Or neither. The season had taken a toll. His elbow injury earlier in his career always haunted him. Even as he blasted home runs and struck out legends, his body whispered limits his mind refused to hear. And then came the postseason. Pressure at its highest. Every swing, every pitch, a test of willpower and pain. He gave everything. And when it was over, when the lights went out and the crowd went home, Ohtani sat alone in the dugout long after everyone left. A man who had conquered everything, yet somehow felt unfulfilled. Days later, he received a call. Not from a GM. Not from a scout. But from an old friend, someone in another organization. Someone who said, "You've done everything there. But what if there's more to do here?" That conversation changed everything. Because for Shohei, competition was oxygen. The idea of starting over, of challenging himself again, reignited something deep within him. Reports suggest that the rival team didn't just offer money. They offered freedom. Freedom to structure his training, his role, even his game schedule, a level of control few players ever receive. For Ohtani, that wasn't temptation. It was destiny. And so, under the radar, negotiations began. Meetings in hotel rooms. Contracts hidden under code names. Even his translator, Ippei, reportedly didn't know the full plan until the final night. Then came the twist. Right before the announcement, Ohtani reportedly called the Dodgers front office himself. He didn't send an agent. He didn't hide. He said, simply, "I've made my decision. Thank you for everything." No drama. No press conference. Just quiet dignity, the Ohtani way. Hours later, he appeared at a press event wearing new colors. The cameras flashed. The room gasped. It was official. He had joined a rival team. Not for anger. Not for greed. But for rebirth. Because in Ohtani's world, there is no comfort zone. There is only the next mountain. And maybe, just maybe, he felt he had already climbed every peak in Los Angeles. The baseball world reacted in chaos. Some called him disloyal. Others called him brave. But one thing was certain, the game would never be the same again. Dodgers fans wept, burning his jerseys in heartbreak, yet watching his highlight reels with admiration. Rival fans celebrated, feeling like they'd stolen not just a player, but a legend. And through it all, Shohei stayed silent. When asked about the move, his only comment was this: "Baseball is about more than where you play. It's about how far you're willing to go." That line hit like poetry. Because it wasn't about teams or contracts. It was about legacy. And legacy, for Shohei Ohtani, isn't about staying, it's about becoming. Now, as he steps onto the field in that rival uniform for the first time, the world will watch in stunned silence. Every pitch, every swing, every heartbeat, they'll wonder, did he make the right choice? Or did he just shatter something that can never be rebuilt? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, this isn't the end of Shohei Ohtani's story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter written in fire, in courage, and in the unbreakable spirit of a man who refuses to be ordinary. Because legends don't follow paths, they create them. And Shohei Ohtani, once again, has reminded the world that greatness never stays still.